auto spawn! Hoodie, pay me!
Someone from
So you want to fucking learn how to speedrun VoG? Well, I'm making another guide. So here we are, we did the intro, let's just get right into entrance. Our main objective of entrance is for the Warlock to time lock outside right, and everybody else except for them and the bottom mid Titan to get into their rooms and get ready to start Confluxes. Let's talk about the Warlock's job during this section of the raid. What's going to happen is the 4 Titans are going to go down and get into their rooms. It's going to be you and another Titan on left. He's going to leave at 120. You're going to have until 155 to solo the rest. You're going to want to be standing up here on this pillar. I usually like to have 7 rockets if you pop a synth on Starfire. That way I just rocket these ads behind me that are being pesky. Most of the time, you're going to be watching that left door because that is what is the most annoying part here. They can instantly run for that plate and take it, and as you can see, there's a good amount of cover, so tracking on the rockets doesn't always work. Most of the time, what I am doing is I'm shooting a rocket after the tracking has locked on, and then using that sniper to stagger, or vice versa. I'll stagger, shoot a rocket. Either way, we're going to want to use about 1 rocket per Praetorian. You watch the left door, you listen for the spawns behind you. Just practice, you'll get it down. Now we'll talk about all the room breaches. Top left and right room are going to be the same sequence of breaching, and left room and top right are also the same sequence of breaching. So if you know those sequences, you can clip into any of the rooms. It's just a matter of being able to get to those rooms and knowing where they are. Also, on all of these breaches, you are never sprinting. These are always crouching, you're always offsetting, and you're always getting into your room in 3 breaches. That is very important. Next, we're going to talk about top left room. I run increased height for this typically just so you can jump onto the ledge. Here is how you actually get there to begin with. All of these breaches, you are not sprinting. These are all just crouch breaches. So you're going to reverse break your legs here, and we're going to jump up to this little ledge. It's kind of annoying to get on. Once we're on it, it's a reverse. As you're reversing, switch your camera to that angle, and then it's just a left and another left, and you're in the room. We'll talk about right room next. It's the same clipping sequence as top left, just a different path to the room. You're going to want to go up top like you're going to left, or top left, but you're going to do some clips here, and one more to actually get into this little other room that the room is in, and then same sequence, break your legs, reverse, swipe into the wall or walk, reverse, left, left. No sprinting on any of these breaches. So next we will talk about left room. It's widely regarded as the easiest room to clip into simply because of how easy it is to actually get to the room. We'll start with an offset so you can stand on a ledge. Your first breach, you're going to be looking towards the wall so you don't get in the wall. Second breach, look away, you're in the wall, press jump, and then breach again. All of these, you're not sprinting. Finally, we'll talk about top right. I'm going to leave this sequence a little bit long so you can actually see the path to top left, top right, and right room. Sparrow fly through this gap, go through here. You go down to your room, break your legs, same as left, right? We get on the ledge, we look at the wall, do our left breach, look away, left breach, jump. You're in the room, easy peasy. Now that we have a time-locked entrance and everybody in their rooms, we can talk about confluxes. Really, this is the largest portion of RNG in the raid. It's going to depend on how well bottom mid does and how efficient we are and fast we are at killing ads in our rooms. Now we'll talk about killing ads in the rooms. Here is a less risky strat using Amobius, but it's not quite as fast. If you pop the bubble right where I just did, you can stand at the very back of it and you will never get marked by allegiance. It just makes things a little bit slower. Not super noticeable if you're doing a budget, but if you're going for record, you should definitely be using Dark Drinker. If you're using Dark Drinker, you may want to use Radagast. Ammo can get a little tight if you don't have a synth. It's not necessarily. You're going to pop your bubble in the middle and you're just going to swing. You're going to swing anytime you see an ad spawn. You're going to get marked. It's going to happen. The only room you won't get marked in is top right. But this is definitely the fastest and the most efficient way to kill ads. And this is how you get a 537 Oracle start. In top left and top right, as Legion starts, you're going to get yellow bar harpies and supplicants that spawn. Typically, you just stand in the back of the room, shotgun or hand cannon or sword swipe. Probably not sword swipe, so you're not wasting ammo. But it's fairly easy. Just stand in the back of the room, kill them as they spawn. Try not to let them out because you could fuck over the other guy in the other room. The last concern for rooms is Templar negating while you are marked. You're literally just going to block the negation while you're in the armor bubble. You will survive. There's a little bit of timing to it, but do a couple confluxes and you'll get used to it. Last thing we'll talk about in rooms is getting out. Here is 3 standing left breaches on the left side, a top left. Same thing for top right. You go to this bottom mid room. Same clip here on left and top right. To get into the room, to get out, it's a standing left and then a normal breach, and we're not sprinting on that very first clip there up against that invisible door. You could also just literally PDR out of top left and top right, and that breach through bottom mid I just showed you is the same breach you do on left door and right door. Now we'll talk about the Warlock and the Titan in bottom mid. After you complete entrance, you're going to want to die and swap to your rocket and hard light so you preserve ammo. After the Titan leaves entrance, he's going to want to pop a bubble right here after he gets down before it starts. That way it blocks the Templar from shooting you. You'll also be in weapons just to make these kills a little bit faster here, and maybe the Warlock can dip in every now and again. There are some spawn patterns that you can learn for bottom mid, but for the most part, you want to have one person on one door unless there's no other spawns in any other doors, and that the door that you're both on has got spawns going crazy. Here's an overview for responsibilities when Legion starts. Lock is the responsibility of the Warlock. That red X is where you're going to want to shoot a high blast radius rocket. The nade is for a solar nade in the back left corner, and then the Titan will just rocket those top right spawns. And here's an actual clip of what that's going to look like.
Late left.
You can hear Grisella call out late left here. Occasionally on first and third round, you will get late legions that spawn, and that will cause your 4 to turn into a 7. This is about a 20-second time loss, so you want to do the best you can to prevent those spawns from coming out or making sure they're dead before Legions ends. You want to make sure you use a rocket on this last wave here to time lock it and to give the Titan a good window for when he should be baiting the slam. Very closely on this next clip for the rocket to explode. That's your indicator for the slam.
Could have taken it to start.
What?
Found a way to get
the
aggro.
extermination tool.
You'll be taking mine at the start.
This is used as a strategy to slightly manipulate instant oracles. If you bait this ritual of negation, Templar will leave the second round of legions earlier, and that will ensure that he is always there for third round legions, because if he's not, it cannot be instant oracles. So this is an essential part of getting instant oracles. Make sure you bait those slams. The last thing we'll talk about for Confluxes is baiting Templar slam one more time before third round starts. We think this has the chance to desync his negation or potentially make it longer, but really it's pretty RNG based still. If he does a long negation or a desync negation, this is how you know you're going to get instant oracles. Oracles has actually been the most recent time save of the raid, with us saving 6 seconds by skipping the first negation. First things first, the Warlock is going to PDR. You want to wait for a little bit for people to dupe some orbs, that way you can get your Relic Super, but you're going to PDR on Hal. PDR on Hal, that way the guy killing one of the last Oracles can PDR on Boo. I'm going to play this, that way you can see how we pop bubbles in different areas, because the people going down will have all of these orbs disappear. So the player that's doing Boo will actually need to generate a bunch of orbs in middle. That way they can get their supers for transition, because they will be doing melting and bubble. 2 players will be dead for the remainder of oracles. So after they dupe orbs, they're going to need to swap to Striker and die in the positions they want to be rezzed for during Templar. As you can see, Cam died by the door and Grisella right there next to where Templar spawns. And now that everyone's dead or out of the load, it will actually skip the negation, and we will respawn in 2-man oracles until the people from the Gorgon's load get back up. Here's the responsibility of oracles for the guy killing himself by Templar spawn.
One more.
Guardian down.
I think I can respawn him, can I? Yeah, I can.
Guardian down.
Got ages.
Guardian down. Guardian down.
This is the responsibility of the guy who will be doing an early clip calf slide.
Guardian down.
Sorry, bro.
You're fucking cooked.
Guardian down. Guardian down.
Maybe you can get out of the load at least.
No,
Oh no.
you can't. And here are the oracles that the guy doing Boo will have. Brady kills the last oracle in this clip. You don't have to if you're doing PDR, because now we're having the guy doing the early clip calf slide from the last clip. We're having him kill the last oracle. That way Brady can PDR earlier.
Guardian down.
So the last bit of this strat here is the 2 people going down to the other load. This is the route here. You're going to need death from above. And it's almost like you're doing a calf slide. You just got to watch out for this turn back. There's a spot you can stand, as you saw, to reset the turn back. And you just want to make sure you hit the other load before the turn back kills you.
Hurry up, bro. Just go from the bottom.
So you respawn and then kill yourself wherever you want to spawn. I want to go further than that, and then you're going to PDR back up right here just like this. And the other guy will do the same thing. He just doesn't have to die. And that'll pretty much wrap it up for oracles. There's not much else left, really. You don't have to do this strat, but if you want those 6 seconds saved, you can. The rest of oracles is pretty straightforward. Just bait his slams every time he spawns in after a round. He saves even more. And I'm just going to leave an example here, and then we will move on to Templar.
On Gatekeeper. Like, if you take the relics out of the room, it doesn't...
Templar is pretty self-explanatory. I'm just going to roll some clips. Here's the loadouts you need, and I will talk a little bit about what is happening in these clips, but this isn't much of a large segment.
Someone from Capslide, Mr. Rocket.
Fine, bro. I'm right over his fucking head.
He's dead on here.
Only things I'd really like to touch on for Templar are the relic super timing and getting the relic down. You want to shoot your super when you see new mission, and then we're going to watch as I clip through. You always want to go down low here with the relic. As you watch, as the Templar dies, I will get XP. Based off that XP bar I go, and I would just use this little video right here as the timing if you need to practice. I'm going to link a video on how to practice with the relic below. Transition, the worst and the best part about VoG. Here's 4 POVs. These are all from record. This is the fastest comp, unless you added another PDR. It's 2 early clip calves, Warlock transition, 2 overwalls, and a PDR overwall. I'm not going to really go into detail on how you do all this shit because it's practice, but I will link some videos in the description that could help you. Really, you just got to go spend the time and, you know, get it down yourself. The real important note is on the PDR transition. If you pay attention at the beginning here for when Overwall in the bottom left actually does his PDR, it does matter because there will be a turn back down in the labyrinth, and if you PDR too early after Templar dies, you will not spawn down there. The PDR death or function should be about the same time that the Warlock actually leaves with the relic. In the final stretches here, the most important roles are the Warlock on Nova Bomb with the PDR to spawn inside the room, and the door clip. Not much else to Gatekeeper, but I'll talk about some small things. The Warlock should be immediately holding their PDR the moment they get down there. As soon as you see the darkness zone, you need a PDR, and the Titan should be clipping, and that is exactly what the kill should look like. Both immediately running for the plates because the Gatekeeper is going to be dead before the door even opens. Xbox is a little bit different since Gatekeeper doesn't spawn in middle all the time. The same premise though, except the Titan will have 4th Horseman on, and when the Warlock PDRs, he's going to call out which side, and they're going to go over there as fast as they possibly can and just solo kill the Gatekeeper with 4th and a Nova Bomb. The rest of the encounter is pretty straightforward. You want to be as fast as you can in the portals, so we want to allocate 3 people to each side. 1 person holding the portal while it builds, 2 people standing next to the portal to go in as soon as it's open, and then you need to assign 1 person to pick up the middle portal after we have opened our portals. The people on the outside need to be killing the red bars and the Praetorians as fast as possible. This seems to make portals despawning a little more consistent, but it's still some RNG with the portals despawning. Lastly, we want to make sure that we are on the proper supers, hammers, and try and equip your armamentarium as early as possible. That way you can get all the nades. Last but not least, Atheon. Everybody knows the deal here. We're spamming thermites with armamentarium and Song of Flame, but the most important thing is first melting and second melting. That way he stays in those thermites. I'm going to show you a first melting POV and the lineup of where we throw our nades. We want to start throwing our nades and pop our Song of Flame when we get our ammo. We'll look at the ground when we see destroy Atheon. Good first melting. Oh wait, he whiffed. It wasn't. And here's our second melting POV. This is the most important, and this is really what makes the kill, because this slam right here, as long as he slams and you got those nades all in the right spot, he is going to get cooked. The last thing on Atheon, I want to talk about Warlock. We're going to be on Song of Flame, obviously. Start on Radiant Will, swap to Viking Funeral, then start chucking 4 nades in the air, just like those Titans, and then at the ground. That way you're not wasting all the nades that you could have thrown before. Those will still hit him. And that is the end of the motherfucking guide. I just want to apologize for not including some loadouts and subclass shit on the latter half of the guide. It was getting a little long, and I didn't want to extend it too much with adding that shit. I have another guide that has all of that in it, but I think if you're using these strats, you probably know about most of those things. I'm going to leave links in the description for help. Link to my Discord if you have any questions about anything. And one final note that most of this stuff is for VoG, the most advanced tech that we have to use. So this is really like you're going to run for record if you're using these strats. And I just want to say a huge shout out to the record team and the people that helped me finding these strats, and just everybody that loves play VoG.